No, never. First of all, yo,
I'm just playing.
we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. But I'll
I'm
say
just playing.
this. It's gonna get
Actually,
interesting.
before you say that, actually, if you want to keep it buck, Yo Gotti is kind of tender. Him and y'all dog B started behind the
Oh
girl.
my
But
God, we're not gonna listen. I have no. That was best ball out best. That has nothing to do with me. I like CMG. I like
I
Gotti.
like CMG.
I like Mozzie. Shout out to Mozzie. Moneybag Yo and those guys. Black Youngster. I think Black Youngster is still one of the best concerts I've ever been to in my life. James Vibe. I'm not saying anything about them. So shout out to CMG. They doing and 42 Doug is out of jail too. For people who didn't know. Shout out to for Detroit niggas. 42 Doug in prison. Yeah. Let's start off right though. So talking about trios, a trio that's not going to be the same moving forward as we know it. The Breakfast Club, Angela Yee is leaving the Breakfast Club, and that spot is going to be vacant. She's going to sit there until they find someone or until she starts her show. But how do you guys feel about that? Us being a trio and people who talk about media personalities, especially strong ones, not being able to stay around so long, for the Breakfast Club to be around for 12 years before this departure of Angela Yee, which a lot of people thought was going to happen sooner than later. How do you guys look at that?
All right, so before I even get into how I feel about it, I'm kind of disappointed because I grew up watching the Breakfast Club, and one of my dreams was to always appear on the Breakfast Club and be interviewed by Angela Yee, Charlamagne, and DJ Envy. Yeah, people could say Angela Yee might not be as strong as Charlamagne and DJ Envy, but she brought a girl perspective. She brought that. As a media personality, you gotta be able to know. You gotta know how to like avoid like what's the word I'm looking for? Like Angela Yee played a perfect role for the Breakfast Club, as I can say, bro. Like she was the girl that was there to a little bit of I wouldn't say she was moderating, but she was also not like she played her role right. That's all.
So
that's all
let me put this in perspective for people because Best a little bit younger, so don't attack him. This is his experience. Angela Yee actually probably was the most experienced person on the show because
when she first came in, yeah,
because she had her own show. She had her own solo show before she did the Breakfast Club, which was successful on Sirius Radio. When she came in, she was probably the professional of the group because Charlamagne was still the young gun who was doing this thing, even though he's from the school of Wendy Williams and he was taught by her. And Envy he had his personality, but he's definitely there for more of the technical side, him knowing how to do board operation work and stuff like that and understand the flow of the show coming from working with Miss Jones. So it was a lot going on there, but the true constant professional on the show, whether people noticed it or not, unless you're in the show, you probably won't recognize it, is actually Angela Yee. So,
yeah, you're not lying about that. Because if you think about all the, negativity sells, controversy sells, all the negativity and viral moments really has a lot to do with Charlamagne and DJ Envy. Like the only time I can remember Angela Yee being some kind of controversy was when K. Michelle pressed her.
I would say the Gucci Mane thing.
That Gucci Mane thing too. Yeah, that's Gucci
Mane. Before I want Christina to get this point before she go there with Gucci Mane, Birdman, and the fact that she also her dating Vado was a big thing at one time, but at the end of the day, it's beautiful for all of them. I think they all brought something to the show because the show doesn't work without Yee. People, it's like if you watch the controversial Best in Swoop show. Best is the young gun that gets to go and fly off the handle. Christine would be the equivalent of Yee of being a professional, and myself Envy just making sure this shit. As like Best could do his thing, you feel me? It's like being on the basketball team. You let Luka do his thing, but everybody else do their job. Even if Luka do go a little off the handle, if Tim Hardaway Jr. doing his job and Jalen Brunson was there with doing his job, it still makes the flow of the team work well. But I'm gonna leave it on you, Christine, because you are the woman of the group, and I think you probably have the most to say, especially being influenced by Angela Yee.
Well, I would like to start off by saying when I first had my media dreams, I did write like a 4 to 5 page letter to Angela Yee because I was super inspired. Now, I've been a fan of the Breakfast Club for years and years, and I always paid attention to the comments and stuff like that, especially on YouTube videos. So I will say that Angela Yee definitely brought something to the Breakfast Club. It seemed like she did a lot of research when it came to interviews. It seemed like she picked up like the professionalism when it was lacked on Charlamagne's end during serious moments and times. And I honestly will have to say, I feel like Angela Yee is stronger on her own. Like, for instance, lip service, she carries it. It's really nice. It's a great show. And I think that she's going to be extremely successful on her own. And I think that it's time, and it's inspiring to show, she's been on this show for a long time. She's had an impact, and inspiring that it shows that we can still move on no matter our age, where we are in our career. And I think it's ready. I think it's time for her to move up. I'm excited to see what they're going to add to the show. I really, really, really love the little segments calling into Charlemagne and Envy and stuff like that. So if it's going to be just them two for a little bit, I would suggest they add that more to the show.
I think she's not going to leave till they find a replacement. That's what she said.
That's what's going on. So they're not leaving until she finds a replacement or she gets the start date to her show. So the one thing too that we didn't highlight, congratulations, Yee, because it's not just about the Breakfast Club, it's about her elevating. Not only is she getting her show that she'll be doing on her own will be nationally syndicated, which is major, because there's only one other black woman that's nationally syndicated on iHeartRadio, and that's Dee Dee in the Morning in Dallas. So that by itself is phenomenal. In addition to the fact that Lip Service also will be nationally syndicated on iHeartMedia as well, moving forward. So that's fire.
Now let me ask you this: being that Charlemagne and Evie are getting a little bit on the older side, right? Pretty soon they're gonna come to a chance where they're gonna want to retire eventually, right? Do you feel like the Breakfast Club is going to end as a whole, or are they going to find replacements for them?
No,
the younger generation.
You have to end it as a whole, because at the end of it, like anything, nothing lasts.
They don't own the trademark to their name. Not like it's a Charlemagne show. It's the best. Because that means anybody.
Before iHeart was clear. That's what it's called. All of these shows have their thing. You feel me? But if they leave, then they can make a new show.
Right.
Feel me? Like Ebro in the morning wasn't always Ebro in the morning. You feel me? Like it was character. Like you can't have Ebro in the morning without Ebro. You can't have the Breakfast Club without having people from the Breakfast Club. Like they're going to change the name. They're going to find new ways to reinvent it and make it what it is. But at the end of the day,
if I'm mistaken, wasn't Hot 97? Didn't Hot 97 have other people before they had like the
Miss Jones? Well, Ebro been there for a long time, but it was Miss Jones. It was Star and Buck Wild. Angie Martinez been a staple there. DJ Clue been a staple there. DJ Funkmaster Flex been a staple there. DJ Red Alert used to be there. It was a lot of people there. Miss Info. People don't know. I didn't even know Miss Info was Asian growing up, but Miss Info was there. So it was Miss Info, Miss Jones, Wendy Williams was also over there. So people don't understand. Like Charlemagne.
So you don't feel like somebody could like, all right,
they'll make their own show.
Let's say they find a replacement for Angie, she's a little bit younger type shit. DJ Envy might be the next one to retire. They find somebody for him. Then Charlemagne might retire. They find somebody for him and just continue the legacy.
Nah.
That can happen. You're gonna start over.
Because show me a show that has the same name with different characters on radio right now. Like where you probably won't find it. Like because a lot of the time these morning shows are named after the people on the show. The Breakfast Club is one of the few ones that's not, but it's the Steve Harvey Morning Show, Howard Stern,
that's a fact.
Elvis Duran in the morning. When they feel me, like these people are staples into this because they're prime time radio shows. So it just varies. Even Funkmaster Flex shows funk. Like you can't have Funk Flex show without Funk Flex.
Right, that's a fact.
So they'll come in, they'll groom talent, they'll bring people in there. I am hearing that Remy may be in the mix. It may be a rumor of her being a person to possibly replace Angela Yee.
You feel like that'd be a good addition? I feel like that's gonna turn it up a little bit. Cause now you know how we say Andy was kind of laid back. Remy Ma is aggressive. You feel me? They're gonna come up here and the best.
If you ever watch State of the Culture with Joe Budden, Remy Ma, she may be that, but she's a very good professional at what she does.
No, I'm not saying she's not professional, but you know how people will come and try to bully Charlemagne, the Angela Yee's. You're not getting away with that with Remy Ma. She's not no like walkover. I'm not saying Yee's a walkover, but Yee's probably kind of a little bit more understanding with stuff. Like you could yell at her a little bit, get mad, and Remy Ma, you're not yelling at Remy Ma. You're not about to raise your voice.
Because he comes from being a journalist. Remy Ma comes from being an artist into journal or into media personality. So it's a little different in that regard. Another person that they said is Just Hilarious. I love Just Hilarious. Just Hilarious, you fine as hell. But I don't think the fact that Baltimore accent would do well in New York. Because the minute she starts saying you and all that shit, people are gonna be at her. And I think she has the cachet to do it. I think she has the toughness to do it. But I don't know if she'll be able to actually grab the New York audience that way. With somebody like Angela Yee being from Brooklyn, understanding the culture and whatnot. Christine, what do you think would be? Go ahead. What?
Yeah, I honestly feel like Remy Ma would be a perfect addition. Just seeing her being interviewed on The Breakfast Club and on a couple of other shows, she has this professionalism about her, but this rough edge that I think is needed on the show. Just like Beth said a little bit, just to piggyback off of it. Angela Yee is kind of soft in a way. You need that spark, I feel like, now that she's going her own route. And just hilarious. I love her as an individual. I think that she's hilarious, but I don't see her fitting in on The Breakfast Club, honestly, at all. And I don't think that they need somebody funny. Like, I feel like I've seen Remy Ma before, and she's funny, but doesn't try to be funny. And I feel like with Just Hilarious is a little much at times, like, to where it, drift off on the show a little bit.
Absolutely. I would agree with that. And it's just about someone that, because The Breakfast Club, yes, is nationally syndicated, but it's a New York radio show. So you needed someone that can actually understand and gravitate to that audience. And I love but I don't know if Just Hilarious has enough of that yet. Before we go,
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know if you ever heard of a girl named Nada Simone. She's like Charlamagne Prodigy. She works for Power 105.5. I wouldn't be surprised they bring her up, because she's a little bit younger. She's DJ. I don't think she built enough personality yet where she got her household name. But I see her working for Power 105, so I wouldn't be surprised they bring her up on the next level.
That's why I don't think she'll do it, because you're going into a room with strong personalities. These are people that's going into they're going into the Broadcaster Hall of Fame. All three of them. So you need someone that has the cachet, that has the ability to do those things.
Now, she's been doing interviews. I just don't think it's blowing up.
It's a difference between doing interviews and winning iHeart Media Show of the Year multiple years in a row. Doing this, Angela Yee been doing radio for 18 years, bro. 18 years. We talking about these people are rock stars. The Breakfast Club is one of the biggest radio shows, morning radio shows in the country. It's a little. They're up there with pop show, with the top 40 stations, and this is a hip hop format show. They get real. This is real different. Charlamagne, we know who Charlamagne is. The co-creator with iHeartMedia for the Black Effect Podcast Network. What he's doing with all of these other places, even his one-on-one interviews. We know who DJ Envy is. These are people that's over almost 2 decades into this media stuff. I don't know if you could just put anybody that's just doing interviews in there.
No, I'm not saying but she worked for the station already. She already got.
That don't mean nothing.
I feel like connections play a big part. Like,
but she
don't want to build around her.
She's big to us and our joint. Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God, DJ Envy crosses genre when we talk about this media space. It's not just hip hop format.
That's a fact.
So now I think what she does is a great job, but again, she still got more work to do. Because you got to remember who over there.
I'm low key thinking that they looking for the next generation at this point.
But they're not gonna do. They're not gonna do that onto their top show. You're not gonna bring somebody new that doesn't have that kind of resume onto your top show on its format. It's not gonna happen. They're not looking for younger. They're looking for somebody that's equal to value for you. That's like, come on, bro. That's like having a team, and then you're gonna sit there and boom, I'm gonna trade Chris Bosh, and I'm gonna go get Let me. I'm trying to think of somebody that's a decent. I'm gonna go get a young Taj Gibson. Nah, bro. Not happening. It's not happening. You want to, if you want to lose somebody of that value, you need somebody equal to, not on the come up, because they don't have. This is a 12-year-old show. They don't have the time to build nobody up. You got to come in there ready to go.
You know how when Everyday Struggle they brought in Star because his star powers, but you feel me, it didn't work out as good. I think they brought a couple more people. They ended up bringing a guy like Wayno. He don't got the credibility because he just started doing it, but
it was different. That was different because the only person of that show that had that cachet was Joe, and you can't replace Joe. The Deska was brand new. DJ Academics was brand new. And even though Wayne, so there was a disconnect because Star didn't want to accept who Academic was. That's the problem. Wayno has a history in the business, so we may have not known who he was, but the people that needed to know who he was knew who he was. DJ like Charlamagne, like Academics is my guy, but Academics and Charlamagne ain't on the same level. Nadeska does do a really good job of what she does, but she's not on the same level as DJ Envy, bro. This is love was to this joint. And Charlemagne, I mean, not Charlemagne, Academics is one of those guys, but he's just not on the same level as him.
Nah, yeah, I think about when it's all said and done, he's gonna be on that level.
Charlemagne, nah. Because Charlemagne doing something way bigger than Academics ever do.
No, Academics got his own platform. He made it cool for you. You don't need to. Well, I don't say you don't need, but he built his own platform.
Absolutely.
People would rather hear what Academics got to say. I feel like, especially my generation, than what Charlemagne got to say 9 times out of 10.
But who makes more money? Who's more successful?
Who owns their content though?
Both of them own it. Both of them owns it though. See, it's different. This the thing. Owning 100% of nothing is still nothing. So a lot of people want to talk ownership, and I'm all for ownership. But if you don't have the networks to get, if you don't have the relationships to get into certain rooms, you can't get certain bags, bro.
Not that
you can't.
Spotify deal too.
He got a Spotify deal. Why? Because he did a deal. Because Joe brought him to the table. Not saying that he wasn't going to be brought to the table anyway. But Joe brought him over there to what they was on Complex, and he had a good relationship with Complex, and they seen that. That's what they seen. That Academics plays the game too. Academics not going off the handle. He knows. Listen, I know I could bring in this much money, but if I partner with Spotify, I can make more. That's the thing, bro. You want to make sure that you have the leverage to get into certain rooms because he may not be able to get next to 10 billionaires, but you know what? Somebody at Spotify can. We're going to get to Irv Gotti later, and we're going to talk about how relationships is important, and people be talking about ownership. Ownership is great, but if it only limits you to get a certain bag, are you okay with getting that kind of bag for the rest of your life? But I want to get to y'all guys' last thought on this because I do want to talk a little bit about people traumatizing their kids for clout with this new Snapchat filter.
Shit, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I thought it was funny. I ain't see no big ass. I didn't think it was a big ass deal how everybody was making it out the scene. Like, it's funny. You scare your kids. Like, that's like if you go to like the Halloween place or something. Remember that Halloween church that people used to go to? You scare your kids. Like, I get it's part of growing up. I don't know. Maybe the generation.
Best just don't got no kids. I don't got no kids either. But damn, Best, you fucked up.
No, bro. Like, bro. Like,
hold on, I'm gonna leave it because Christine has been quiet for a second. She's the mom of the group. She's the only one that can give us some real substance to this. Christine, how do you feel about people scaring their kids for clout, pushing them, locking in rooms so they could put on a filter of them being scared of this flying ghost?
I'm gonna be honest with you. When I first saw the trend, I wasn't too bothered by it until I read the comments. Okay, so what I love to do is read comments because I want to see other people's opinions. Now, when I first started reading the comments, a lot of people were bringing up how parents can be their child's first bully and stuff like that. Then I started to think deeper into it. Like, I could kind of see where they're coming from, where they think it's like traumatizing in a way, like, because it's really not necessary. And I've seen a couple of those videos, but me personally, I'm not doing that to my daughter, but I don't think too deep into that. Like, I really don't think that's such a horrible thing. But some of the videos I've seen, like, these kids look really terrified, like screaming, crying, and trying to get out the door. And it seemed like some of the doors are locked. But for everybody out there who has a kid, especially under 2, because my kid's about to be 2, I don't suggest that. Kids maybe a little bit older, it is what it is. Like Halloween.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. This generation too sensitive, bro. When we was kids, but they used to tell us we had monsters under our bed, bro. Like, there was a point in time I thought monsters was real. Like, this
so you don't
generation
think so? Best just with that, there was not a part of you that was traumatized. My thing is this:
I was, but it's life. Nigga.
Nah,
like,
but why?
Me, bro. My parents are trying to scare me.
Go ahead. My thing is this:
my parents are trying to scare me, bro. Like, damn, bro. Your parents tell you there's a true fairy. That's a lie. You feel me? Like, we kids are getting lied to every day, bro. You feel me? At least make it a little bit real. A little bit. That just makes it a little bit more realistic.
Nah, so this is my thing, right? I don't think it's a terrible thing. I think sometimes it's fun to play pranks on your kids. Because I was a prankster as a child, and I used to play pranks on my mom. I would sit in a closet for like 4 hours and wait for her to get in the room and jump out to scare the shit out of her. That's the kind of person I was. So I used to get my ass whooped and stuff like that. And I would get scared too. But at the same time, I think some of the videos were funny. But the ones where people are pushing their kids in the room to keep them from following them and then have their kids screaming and crying because of a ghost. And then my thing is, if you wanted to just scare them, that's one thing. But you doing it so you can put it on the internet for clout. Like, that's the part that, like, you really want clout that bad that you going to end up having to have to pay a therapy bill for your kid because your kid can't trust you because you put them in a drink for the internet.
Listen, so you really think kids need therapy because of shit like that, though?
Listen, when your parent do things for clout, look, we gonna see in the next 10 years. I like the OnlyFans girls. I'm not coming at the OnlyFans girls, but I remember when I was in high school and the smart boards came out, and then somebody put somebody's sister's sex tape on giving neck on a smart board. It got crazy. Now, what's going to happen when these kids are able to pull up people mamas getting crazy on the joint, and they're able to find videos of them crying because anything on the internet don't get deleted.
You know why it's not going to matter? Because, bro, 50 years from now or however long from now,
it's not going to be 50 years from now. These kids is 3, 4 now. It's going to be 10 years from now. They're going to be 13, 14, 15.
18 years from now, bro, it's going to be way worse. It's going to be so much bullshit happening in the world, bro. We're not even going to think that as like the bullshit, bro. Like, there's literally videos of people's moms in the 90s, like, doing wild shit. Don't nobody even care to identify who their mom is, bro. Like, you can't tell a mom right now.
It's not about telling. It's not about.
It look different, bro.
It's not telling a mom about herself, bro. It's about what you do when somebody pull your mom on that screen, or they pull up a video of you because everybody want their page to be public. They put up a video of you when you 16. They put up a video when you was 3 and your mom doing something, you crying, nigga, like, oh, look at this bitch ass nigga over here crying, doing all that extra stuff. Now you gonna have to fight. See, I don't know. Probably because I was a fighter in school and I wasn't with none of that bullshit. If you put me in position, I gotta fight you.
You know what's crazy? I later talked to a lady that got an OnlyFans. She got a kid, right? Like she got videos on Twitter on porn. She from Rochester. I could shout her out. Pecan. She cool. With my son. She do porn, whatever, OnlyFans, right? And she got a kid. And I said, so what you gonna do like when your kid finds out about this? She's like, well, I'm gonna have a conversation with my kid, and I'm gonna do my best to try to surround her around like high, like value kids type shit where they're not gonna bully, they're not gonna even care about that. Like,
bro,
it's like your dad being a rat, bro. Like, think about if you're in the streets and your dad's a rat. No, most of the time you're not even gonna say nothing about it, bro.
So first of all, that depends on what kind. Well, I wanted Christine to get to her point in, but I'm gonna say this: if your dad is a rat and you around the streets and you around people that's really on that, you're not gonna be around much longer. Like, you're talking about in the area that you're in. I don't know about that. I don't know about that era. The era that I'm from, if anybody in your family is a rat, you can't be around. It's straight up and down like that. And the people that I'm around move that way to this day. This is not about ratting. This is not about none of that. And also, the parent could say, I can tell my child this, that, and the third. But you can't control how your child react when they in school and somebody decide, oh, look at such and such mom on here sucking peen.
You know what? I feel like it's not gonna be a big
Christine. It's all I believe because you talk about what the parent gonna do, and Christine is a mom, and she probably does all these things. She tells her daughter what she wants her to do and what she got in her mind, but her daughter gonna react however she want to react, and she don't have no control over that.
Right. I feel like OnlyFans, that's a tricky thing. That's a different type of I guess, being traumatized kid-wise. I mean, we have the Kim Kardashians, she's had episodes where her tape has been leaked. Now, I understand why people do it. I feel like for women, especially now, I don't know how, since porn is free, but girls are making a lot of money off of OnlyFans, like a lot of money. So I could see where these girls are wanting to do it, even as mothers, and I know a couple as well. Me personally, I can't picture myself doing that, but I don't judge. But honestly, I feel like having that type of conversation with your kid is going to be something that's going to be brought up. Somebody's going to bring it up from school. And like you said, Bess, like that conversation that you had, I don't think that's something she can stop from happening. Whether she moves her kid to a nicer area or whatever, I don't think that's something you can prevent. That's just, you just gonna have to know how to move when it comes to
that's how I really feel about it. There's so many people doing OnlyFans, so many mom doing OnlyFans, and nowadays it's like, bro, it's gonna be like, your mom do OnlyFans, mine do too. Your mom sell pussy, my mom do too.
But you talking about certain environments, bro. Best you gotta understand.
I'm talking about certain environments.
The world is much larger than that, and kids are assholes. Kids do not care about how much money your mom made. Oh, you got this? Yeah, because your mom was sucking. Boom, boom, boom. That's why you got this. Kids are ruthless, bro.
But you know what's crazy? So many people are doing this shit now. It's like, it's like, I'm like, you gonna, bruh. It's like, 5 out of 10 girls probably got videos on the internet right now, bro. Their moms got exposed, got herpes, everything on social media, like everything on social media. Like, all this shit
does that
deleted.
still negate how a person is going to feel? It don't matter. It don't matter what everybody else is doing. It's about how it affects the individual. I
ain't gonna lie.
So if everybody else, mom, I didn't know. I know people whose parents was on crack when I was growing up. To me, my parents wasn't on crack. So when I was a young little kid and I was an asshole, I'd be like, "That's why your mom a crackhead," and I didn't care. It didn't matter that I didn't have stuff. Still, yeah, we might have it bad, but your mom is a crackhead and my mom not. Kids, that's how kids think.
You better know how to fight then, I guess.
Of course.
I ain't gonna lie. I fight with people are getting sensitive.
It's not about the sensitivity. You keep negating. You can do what you want to do, but how it affects everybody around you is different. Everybody is not able to handle what you may be able to handle. You could do something on the internet, like when you said you was on here being an eater for 10K last week. It might not bother you. But if your mama heard you was on here being an eater for 10K last week, she may feel some kind of way about that.
Yeah, that's why I block her from social media.
It don't change the fact how she feel.
Yeah, that's a fact. So let me ask you this. How do you feel about Kim K kids? You know,
it's a whole different ball game, because you know why? Anything they do to Kim K and her kids, she's a billionaire. She might throw some money on it and might mess your whole life up. That's why people don't bother that. It's different if your mom Kim K and you're doing that and your mama making $37,000 a year and y'all live in such and such a neighborhood and they know your mom for doing this, that, and the third. It's a little different. That's all I'm saying. It's levels to it. It's levels to putting smart on people's name. But moving forward, we not going to talk about it. It really was about the Snapchat joint. I don't really care about OnlyFans. Shout out to the OnlyFans girls. I support y'all anyway.
I support the whole slut and OnlyFans.
Yo, chill. Ruby Rose, man. This is your topics you had. Ruby Rose. What was she talking about?
So I guess she was on live with Aiden Ross. I don't know how the conversation came about, and she basically said she's okay with non-black people saying the N-word as long as they're not disrespected. So I don't know if she meant like as in Puerto Ricans, as in Asians, as in like Indians or something like. Well, Indians are considered kind of black, I feel like, so they should get it. But what other culture is there that's not South American? Whatever. She basically said she's okay with them saying the N-word as long as they're not violent. I don't know if she really meant for white people, but I don't know what y'all take on that.
Honestly,
I'll leave it on you, Christine. It's up to you. I'll wait.
Okay, so I'm not gonna lie. I do have Puerto Rican friends, and I've heard them say the N-word, and I don't correct them. But it's weird because I know if it was somebody white, I would say something about that, and it's like you kind of get into this like mode of, is that right or is it not right? Like, I'm so used to hearing it, you know what I'm saying, so much. Like, have you ever stopped anybody from saying it when you're around?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm under the same boat as you, bro. I said the N-word so much. People said the N-word so much around me, bro. It's like you don't even be noticing sometimes. So that shit might just go past your head. You don't even think about it for real. Like, maybe you said in a respectful way. I like, oh shit, this nigga tripping. But like, motherfuckers they be rapping lyrics sometimes. You feel me? Like you be mad at, like, you could be mad at them, but like, can you really be mad at them and they're the ones consuming your music, buying your music and shit like that? I don't know.
See, I look at it like this. So I'm from the Bronx, right? I grew up around a bunch of Dominicans, Puerto Ricans and stuff, but most of them, they about my skin complexion and all that. Puerto Ricans too, so like we all come from the African diaspora, you feel me? That's how I look at it. If you come from that, I don't really got a problem with you saying it, but I ain't gonna hold you, man. If you from like Europe, something like, hey, bro, you can't say that to me. You can't say it to me, man. You cannot. I don't care if it's a rap lyric, because at the end of the day, you just don't got. It's like it's a double standard in everything. In life, there's a bunch of double standards that people don't want to admit, and everybody don't got the privilege of saying the N-word. It's the same way everybody don't got the privilege of saying derogatory words about the LGBTQ, but they can say it about themselves. Or like when the woman call herself the B word, and she call her friend the B word, but if you call her the B word, it's like, oh, nah, fuck out of here. You can't be calling me that. Feel me? So it's a double standard in it, and I understand it. But Ruby Rose, I don't know. She kind of tripping, man. I don't really got too much to say about that one.
Now I think about it, I think she's kind of giving a white person the G-pad because she was talking to Aiden Ross, and then everybody like, yo, say the N-word, say the N-word.
Yeah, and he not dumb.
One of the black dudes was like, one of the black dudes like, you gotta get a whole like, you got everybody in his gotta allow you to say the N word before you could say it. But I ain't gonna lie, as far as Puerto Rican people, I don't even got no problem on saying the N word because you feel me? They basically like grow where we grew up. Like they go to like
they black too. Puerto Rican
like,
is nothing but a Spaniard, Taino, Native Americans, I believe what it was, and African slaves that was there, and that's what made up the makeups of Puerto Ricans. That's why you usually see them all together when you see their like stuff. But yeah,
white people, bro. Like, I mean, if you rapping a lyric, probably be a G, but violating and shit or just saying it just in your conversation, I'll probably smack the shit out you.
Best, you said that if you allow them to say it for a lyric, you have to allow it when it comes for disrespect.
But what if they rapping a song?
It's a dub. I'm sorry, I don't care if you pay for it. It's a dub.
I feel like eventually,
never
bro,
gonna happen, bro.
It's gonna be, no, I'm talking about like not right now. 100 years from now, you know, motherfuckers don't care about history. Like my generation don't give a fuck about shit. So that, you know, the next generation is only gonna be 10 times worse. It's gonna be a time where motherfuckers gonna let them say the N word and never gonna mean anything.
No, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter that it's 100 years.
I'm not saying right now. I'm saying
the Holocaust happened almost 100 years, well, probably about 100 years ago now, right? Or almost 100 years ago. Still, people from the Jewish like descendants of that, they still feel a certain way about Nazis, and if a person that identifies Nazi call them certain things, it's still going to affect them, bro. Because it don't matter how far you are from oppression. People don't forget those that oppress them. You cannot, like, it's never gonna happen, bro. It's never gonna happen. It's not about that. It don't matter that y'all don't care. The minute you say, oh well, if I let them do this, but then I'm no, because once you allow somebody to open the door for one thing, then little by little they're going to inch to the other. You can't allow for a rap lyric, but then they'll say I'm not going to allow for disrespect. No, just don't allow it at all, because then it doesn't leave any room for that. So now when you feel if you decide to do it and I smack the shit out you, it was already like that from the jump. Feel me?
I see what you mean when you say it like that.
You out here creating habitual line steppers, man. But City Boys is up, man. That's what they saying. The City Boys is up. Future got 250K.
We got a minute left.
All right, we about to go to commercial break real quick. Mike, we're going to go to commercial right here quick. All right. Yep.
My name is Tyler. My artist name is Ty White. It stands for the Youth Will Heighten Their Expectations. I'm born and raised here in Las Vegas. I'm 22 years old.
My name is Jackie. People call me Jaja. My age is 33 years old. Leo. Filming August, and I'm from Bronx, New York, but I was raised in Florida, Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
My name is Bag Life, real name Bruce. I'm 23 and I'm from Vegas.
My name is Cameron. Kamikaze is my artist name. I'm 27 years old and I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada.
My name is Kimberly, otherwise Darling. I'm from St. Louis and I'm 27.
Like I said, you feel me? He owns a successful startup, and he can multiply himself. But the problem is he's always watching porn.
My type of nigga.
Avoids sunlight, loves children, owns Mars. That's
a white man.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about that.
He believes you the most attractive person in this world, you know what I'm saying? So when he look you in the eyes, he like, you so beautiful, you know what I'm saying? You gorgeous. But look, this the only problem with this guy, though. This the only problem. He always covered in ants.
So first and foremost, that's red flag. You out of there.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the fedora. Makes you feel secure and gives you multiple orgasms.
Yeah. Drives a time machine. That's a Lambo type shit. You feel me? Win. And let me explain. He's incapable of all emotion.
Oh, that's foul.
But he incapable of all emotion, y'all. But he got the perfect amount of physical affection. But how you get
so right?
You faking though. If you giving me physical affection, that means you out here freaking hoes.
True.
You cancel.
So check this out. Brain surgeon owns a time machine. The only thing is, he's racist. Hey, take it for how you.
Whoa! Hey, can we get a shit like that?
Shit like.
No, they can't hear you. All right, you ready to come back?
Oh yeah, we back. We back, and after the break, appreciate you guys for tuning in. And we're gonna open the phone line soon in the show, actually. But right now, we're gonna get into this City Boys is Up conversation. From what I'm hearing, Future got 250K from Megan Thee Stallion's label, and people are really excited about that. Best and Christine, how y'all feel about this one?
You know why it comes as a surprise to people? Because everybody thought rappers do free features. They thought they all besties and buddy and shit, and they pay for features. Whole time, it might not be them paying for feature. It'd be the label paying for feature because it's a great marketing move. Future is one of the hottest artists that we have right now, of the generation, actually. Niggas don't mention his name, but he one of the hottest artists. Megan, I think she dropped the album recently. They probably needed a Future album. They thought I was gonna hold the album, so they paid him that $250. But I was kind of surprised. I thought Future would charge a little bit more than $250 at this point in his career.
That's a lot. One, Christine, I want you to answer this.
$250 is a lot.
$250 is.
I think Dirk charged $250 right now, so I thought Future
But you got to think of Future, and this is Little Dirk is charging $250. This is at the hottest part of his career. So you got to think about this. Is not even the hottest part of Future career, and he can still charge you $250. That's one. Two. A lot of people don't know the music business. All of these labels, like whenever somebody does a feature, nobody does a feature for free. They don't charge the artist. These artists like Megan Thee Stallion that's on these labels that are considered the priorities or the number one stars on these labels, they get a budget. They have to spend their budget. They cannot keep their budget. They cannot do nothing with it. So what they do is, if you're smart, you pay the $250 to Future, and Future might, instead of, he probably wanted to charge you $150, but he gonna throw you the other $100 or the other $75. If you're a smart artist, this is things. Listen, labels, I hope you don't see this. You will get your own studio, or you will have a friend start a studio, and then you will send an invoice for studio time, and you bust it down with your partner that you started that studio, open that studio with. These are just some of the tricks of the trade that if you don't know, you don't know. But the money has to be spent. Christine, I'll leave it to you.
Yeah. So when I first heard that number, I was really surprised. Honestly, Bess, your point of view was pretty interesting about how you mentioned him, getting 250, and Future is like one of the hottest artists we've had for a while now. But I think that this is great news, especially for Megan. It's bringing the attention back on her. I know Carl is pissed. He's pissed about every little thing that she's doing, but I think that throughout, the Tory situation, throughout the Carl situation, she's prevailing. I'm really proud of her. I don't think that we're going to see Megan go away anytime soon. I think that she knows what she's doing. She's using the correct strategies, and I think Future is something that we're all going to tune into.
Go ahead, I agree with you. I feel like right now Megan is a top 3 black female artists. When you say the Nicki, they say Nicki, they say Cardi, and then it goes straight to Megan Thee Stallion. She only been in the game not so long. So you definitely right. She's definitely here. But I ain't gonna lie, Megan didn't have no antics, no publicity stunts. So they probably put that information out there just to get people to talk about her album.
Nah, she had an antic. She said that they leaked one of her songs off her project that was coming out. And nobody.
But that's not nothing. That's not nothing.
No, but that is the antic because she blamed the label and calling them. And that's not little. This is the thing. So people, when y'all don't pay attention, y'all see it's little. No, she's been doing antics. It's just that they haven't been catching on. The whole her boyfriend party making the Brock thing a big thing. Like these are antics that's coming around. That's going. So Megan. I like Megan as an artist, but she does a lot of antics because the truth of the matter is Megan don't sell. Her albums do not sell. She has not cracked the 100K mark yet since anything she's dropped. So a lot of what's going on and what the fan base is, the top 3 artists that are we want to call women rappers or hybrids of that, she's not top 3 because Doja Cat is ahead of her.
But to the people, to
the people that like that kind of music, that like for the culture, people will say Megan, but Doja Cat makes better music than her too. So she makes better music, she sells more, and she's the person that's in that conversation with Cardi and Nicki, not Megan.
I never heard a song by her. I don't.
Doja Cat. Listen, I was not the biggest Doja Cat fan either, but
I see her stream. They said she was one of the hottest. I thought she was corny.
Doja Cat is one of them, bro. So it's like, it's easy. People get caught up. Even like they say, like, my question to y'all is, how much y'all think artists really get paid for features? Because $250 is a lot.
Yeah, $250 is a lot. I guess it's
but I know they don't get paid a lot, but Future, I thought like he charging like to get Future on the song right now should be a lot.
That's $250 is a lot. You gotta think about it. These people budgets only be about maybe like 10 million. I got to do a project that has at least 12 to 15 songs.
The Baby was already charged like $100K for Future. I think
the Baby charging $100K to people that he could charge $100K to, but he's still taking them backroom deals, bro. We got to really think about these artists. They're not charging. First of all, these artists don't have the money people think they have. One, and a lot of the money and stuff that come from budgets from the label. It's like a government contract. You ever seen like a nonprofit organization get a contract with somebody, and then they're like, we have to spend the money so we can get more money the next time? You have to spend all of this money. And the objective is really not to recoup the money. The objective is to make a hit record that we can, we make a hit record that'll last for 20, 30, 50 years. Because we might not make all our money back in this fiscal year, but in this 20-year run, we're going to make more money than we spent on this stream. That's the reason why these like Bob Dylan could sell his catalog for $300-400 million. It's the business part. A lot of people keep coming to this and they want to be artists and they want to do this. And that's why I seen Joe Budden was talking about Glorilla. People was happy she got teeth. That's cool. Do what Nicki did. Do what Cardi did. Do what Megan is now doing or learning. Not only do I have a hit record, but I have to go into these rooms and continue to make hits for 10, 15 years. I have to go and take breaks and still learn how to make this and still be at the top of my game. Because this shit don't wait for nobody. How many artists can we really talk about has had the run that Missy Elliott, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B? Cardi B came in what, 2013?
Yeah,
14?
Yeah.
With the ran down on the chick twice, and she was starting to pop on Instagram, and then Cardi been around almost a decade already, bro. Think about it. Lil Durk, we talk about Lil Durk just now getting 250K for a show. I talked to O'Neal and them dudes, man. That be booking these shows. They booked Lil Durk in about 2015 for $7,500 to do a show in Rochester. These artists don't get paid what people be thinking they get paid. They don't. Shout out to them though. All right, that's all I gotta say, man. That 250K, if Megan was smart, her and Future bust that down. That's all I got on that.
I hope good comes out of that. I really do. That it's an investment. It's all about taking the right risks, the investments, and figuring out the longevity.
Wait, did the album drop this week though?
She dropped the project this week. I didn't listen to it yet. I haven't listened to any drinks that dropped this week, so
I ain't gonna lie. I don't really be listening to female rapper albums. Like, no disrespect, it's just not like it just don't be for me.
Nah,
except Gorilla.
Nah. See, because you was eating her drink for 10K, that's why. But I'm not gonna say. I do listen.
I listen to songs, singles, but I
listen to like Shay Noir. I listen to what's it? Shay Noir. I can't remember her name right now. I feel so stupid. Rhapsody, like rappers like that. I still listen to Remy. I still listen to what's shorty name from Griselda. Damn, I can't remember her name right now. Armani Caesar. That's her name.
Armani Caesar.
Her, Seven the Genius. You know, at Drumworks. So I listen to those kind of. With my artists, I do listen. I won't lie though. If Nicki drops something, I will listen to it. Cardi drops something, I'm gonna listen. Meg, it takes me a little bit because I'm not into all of the things she rap about. So it's just like about, is it a good project?
I listen to singles. I listen to more R&B female singers than rappers. I ain't gonna hold you.
Absolutely. Some way, somehow, your boy always come up as a conversation.
Oh, the myth.
R. Kelly, R. Kelly allegedly has a baby
on the way. The Shade Room posted he had a baby. That means that man was either banging during trial or whatever. Wait, how long he been locked up for?
He been locked up for a little minute, man. That's your boy, Best. You should know.
No, but when he locked up, he was locked up while going to trial, right?
Yeah. Well, you know, he probably had conjugal visits, you know.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. That's all I gotta say.
Pulling a few strings.
That's all I gotta say. She had the baby a little bit too late, bro. She had him when this nigga's broke, and she gotta live. Huh?
Didn't something come up after that? I think I saw it on the Shade Room that her attorney said that it was false.
Now the Shade Room posted it.
I know, but after that post.
I didn't see that said was false. I don't know.
Yeah, her. I think her name's Jocelyn, right? Savage. So her attorney came out stating that, you know, pregnancy is false and all that. I mean, we're gonna have to catch up and see from there. But yep, that came up shortly after that post.
Okay, so it's not R. Kelly's baby. That's the good thing. I don't have nothing else to say about R. Kelly. We gonna leave it at that right there. We gonna move on to the part of the show.
She had the baby too late, bro. She was like that when the nigga had millions of dollars. That nigga's broke now.
Stop. Put the R. Kelly cape down, man. That's what I'm saying. Put the R. Kelly cape down. This is the part of the show we've been waiting to get to. We might open the phone lines for this one. My guy, Irv Gotti versus Ashanti. There's been a lot of turmoil on the internet about this. People were trying to kill my boy Irv for his thoughts of how he felt about a certain situation. And Irv, I understand.
That was some light skin ass shit. I'm not gonna hold you.
I ain't gonna hold you. I feel like
you not think who the hell thinks about pussy from 20 years ago.
See, and that goes to show the kind of mindset niggas be thinking with their other head and not their main head. Sometimes it's not about the coochie, bro. It's about the loyalty. It's about
what I've been. So there was no loyalty there.
What side chick? He was not married. Him and Deb were separated. So everybody keep talking about his wife. They were not together. It was he didn't live there.
Move on, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, I don't care how good of a mind. You gotta move on sometimes, bro. Niggas still be stuck on their ex. It's been 20 years. I wasn't even alive when it was going off for real. So why is she still stuck on her?
Yo,
he could have met somebody.
So go ahead, Bess. Go off because the way y'all talk about it, it's funny to see how y'all talk about it. Go ahead. I know
bro. Why are you worried about that girl 20 years from now, bro? Yo, once a girl move on to the next nigga, there's nothing she could do to get no fush. The moment I see a girl in another nigga hands and he got my girl, you salute that nigga and you keep it pushing, bro. How you still be in love with a girl that moved on to the next nigga, bro? You did what you wanted for her. You gave her opportunity. She didn't really fuck with you. She probably used you, gave you some pussy, and moved on to Nate because that's what she really liked. You gotta move on, bro. I'm sorry. You turned about some pussy that from 20 years ago. She might as well just say RIP to her. She died. That's how you gotta look at it. Take that on the hot. Move on.
Yeah.
Take that on the hot. That's like your boyfriend and girlfriend died. What you gonna still think about 20 years from now? Like, no offense. Yeah, you might think about it on the anniversary, but you gotta move on in life, bro.
I don't think he handled it the best way, but you gotta this is where people forget this messed up. He's on Drink Champs talking to his friend. Nori is his friend. They are drinking. He talk about a situation that hurt him. It don't matter that something was 20 years ago to hurt him. It's not about he didn't say I want her back. It's I don't want this. None of that. Yo, I believed in you, nigga.
What does that mean?
What do you mean? What do you mean? What does that mean?
Bro,
so Bess,
a girl believe you don't mean shit.
It's not. It's not about just believing in you. I funded your career.
I don't think that means nothing, bro. So, how many times you hear people? How many times you hear
Bess,
people?
Again, have you ever done this though?
No. Listen.
No. I got a real question. Have you ever put money behind a woman's dream? Have you ever put in your time and effort behind somebody and you had your own motion?
Listen, because he goes for everybody. I'm not stupid. But let me tell you what's going to go on. How many times have niggas had managers and shit they started with? These are niggas that was in the studio from the jump. They get to the industry, they switch up on their team. They get a whole new team. That shit happens all the time.
Just because it happened don't mean a person can't feel a way about it.
Bro, move on, bro.
See, everybody says that until they the person in that situation.
I've been in a person situation. You take that on a hot.
You took it as being a manager and they moved on, nigga. I'm one of the hottest producers in the world. I have one of the hottest labels in the world. We don't need you on these hooks. We could put Jennifer Lopez. We could put Britney Spears. We've done it already. You nobody. Nobody knows who you are. You sit in that back room and you write lyrics for all these girls, and that's all you do. And I took a chance. I stopped what I'm doing, my motion. I'm making hits for Jay-Z. I'm making hits for DMX. I'm making hits for Ja Rule to now invest into you.
That's sacrifice.
It's not about the sex. He even said, and if you watch the interview, he said, I don't care that she was with Nelly. Whatever, nigga. I was fucking with other women. It happens. Boom. Niggas fuck your chick all the time. That's cool. When you looked at me and said, I don't want to do this no more and not be loyal to the shit, and I call you for anything that has to happen to your team to represent Murder Inc., you always say you don't want to do nothing with us and fuck us, then it's fuck you too. It's not about the sex. It's not about this. It's not about that. You said, I don't want to do this no more, my nigga. When I put everything that I had into you, and you can't, and now you don't even want to acknowledge me, give me my thanks for being a part of your journey.
I honestly feel like even if she did, it wouldn't have stopped there. I feel like she gave her props. The type of personality that he's showing, I feel like that wouldn't have been enough. But it's still, I mean,
he missed
but see, that's what y'all go and see to make things. And again, as a person who I've been in a situation as a person that put everything into a person, bro. I've been there. So I understand. I had better joints. I had better sex. I had better, everything that you think that would make me stay, I've had better that. But I believed in you and I stuck with you and I try to make you the best version of yourself. And then you look at me and say, I don't want to do this no more. Like, yo, my nigga. So basically you told me I was wasting my time.
Yo, and you know what happened too? This is life, bro. You go to work. Bro,
it's a little different than business. And then when things get personal, bro. Why you think in the streets, bro? In the streets, the worst thing you could be is a fucking rat. A person that nobody could trust, bro. A snake and a rat is two of the worst things you could be in life. And as a person, again, Bess, you're not a street dude. So my background is a street dude. My principles is raised on street shit. Loyalty is everything. Honor is everything. And you broke that shit.
Niggas break that code every day.
And when you break, and if it's a difference, niggas break that code every day, but every nigga not gonna stand and put that pain behind somebody breaking that code on them. And just be happy all ever doing is talking shit, because it could be a nigga like niggas that walk from my kind of cloth, and we're not just gonna talk about it. You broke that, my nigga, because that's the one thing I don't break for nobody is my word, my nigga, my word, my loyalty, my honor, bro. And if I have to break that for you, that's gonna hurt me more than it hurt you, because at one point I really loved you as a human being. Fuck as me, you fuck you being my shorty, fuck you being my side chick. I loved you as a person, and there was nothing that I would not do for you. When 50 and them was talking crazy on these songs about you, who was the nigga out there on First saying, fuck these niggas ready to ride out? Me.
You know, just like I know, this entertainment industry is fake.
It's not about, bro. It's not about. Y'all keep bringing it back to sex, and the nigga keep trying to tell y'all.
I'm not talking about sex. I said entertainment business is fake as fuck. All you fake ass relations,
bro. Everybody. But again, this is not about the entertainment industry. This is about our relationship. I don't care about the. This is the thing when people try to justify the means by saying, "Well, everybody do this." Fuck what everybody else do. Just because everybody else do the wrong thing, don't mean that you got to do the wrong thing too. It don't have to be that.
He used them for a record deal.
She already had a record deal. See, this is what happened. Yo, Bess, you gotta watch the interview, because you're talking and you didn't watch the interview. Because what you're saying, I know you ain't watch it.
She used them to get on, basically, but she used them. That's what a lot of motherfuckers do, bro. Niggas gonna use it, put themselves in a better position. It's life.
But that's how you. Go ahead, Christine.
It's not saying that that's the right thing to do, but it seemed like that's what she did. She used him to get on, but look where it led her. Ashanti is not.
But
Ashanti, look where she's gone since she's left. What hit has she had since she left from Murder Inc.?
That's a fact.
So it's not about.
But and it's better than she was.
She only position she's in is that the feds is not involved no more. Because when she left, it was when the feds came. And I understand. I don't knock none of that, because I understand that on her side. But people killing Irv as a person with me that believes in loyalty to a very strong extent. People I've been around for over 10 years of my life. I don't just that's me and you known each other for how long? But when did we really start really building and hanging in person? It took a couple years before that happened, even though we knew of each other. So when you got people like that, because I could tell Irv is similar to me, I'm a very skeptical person, and I don't like letting people into my life, because the one thing that I cannot take, if you hurt me, you gonna feel it. So before I have to put myself in a position for you to feel the hurt that you gave me, I'm gonna just keep you at bay and deal with you in the way that I deal with you. I think him and her having sex was a conflict of interest to begin with. Should have never happened, but it is what it is in that regard. But him frustrating his before you go there, Best, him frustrating his anger, I don't think that makes him tender. I don't think, my nigga, saying something that hurts you is nothing wrong with saying that shit, bro. And people wonder why Men be out here not saying shit, and then niggas start snapping and doing stupid shit.
And I agree with what you're saying, and I don't think that it's wrong that he expressed how he felt, but he could have done that one time on one platform once. Because once it starts to become like you're bringing up certain things, and this song was made after you guys had sex, little things that don't really need to be mentioned. It shows a type of bitterness, and I think that we've all been in a position where
I agree. I would agree with what you're saying there. We all been in that conversation. What you say?
I feel like he's mentioning too much now. It sounds like very angry now. I feel like
why you mention Nelly name? Nelly name don't gotta come over
because it's the facts, bro. Like I don't. So we gonna sit there and deny the facts because it don't sound player, bro. Again, he said they asked him about the Ashanti thing. If you watch the interview, he didn't just bring these things up. People asked him about Ashanti. And then when if you say something that triggers me, we can still be having a conversation about something else, but you said something that pissed me off, and I'm still mad about that to this day. It's not he bitter because he not fucking. Like, that's the thing. It's so easy to say, yo, you bitter because you're not fucking this person. My nigga, you know how many bitches I fucked in my lifetime? Like, you think I'm mad because I'm not fucking one pussy? I already had it. What the fuck does that mean to me? It's about, nigga, how much I was down for you and you wasn't down for me in the long run. And that's the shit that bothers me. Because, nigga, it's about loyalty. If you look at all these niggas that he be with, before you go to Christine, him, Irv Gotti, Jay Prince, all of them, what the fuck is the thing they all scream? Loyalty. It's on you, Christine.
So I want to ask, like, how do you move forward from that then? Because I think the strategy of, I think that you're right, though. They do ask him those questions, and obviously it's popping right now, so he's going to bring it up. But how do you move forward from this point? We all know how you feel about Ashanti. We all see the little digs. And Ashanti is not where she wanted to be here in 2022 or in the last decade or whatever. So he already kind of won on that aspect. You know what I'm saying? If she did become a bigger star or whatever, I can see why that would make him very angry in interviews. But you help somebody to a certain extent, and in the end, they decide not to work with you, and they didn't work with somebody else to make them bigger. So it's like, how do you find peace and how do you move forward from that point?
That's on him. And I think at the end of the day, he speaks. Because when you listen to it, when I hear these interviews, I can hear where he's getting to the point of, it's like, all right, cool, it is what it is, boom, boom, boom. But then I could also hear where sometimes where that thing hurts you, where that break was, it's like, damn, like, nigga, the shit just, it hurt. Because also they're coming out with a Murder Inc. documentary on BET. And the last time he had his team reach out to Ashanti, she said it again, she don't want to do this shit no more. So now, if you never really get no closure on that, it's just going to re-traumatize you. I've been there, like I said, I understand. I've been there with an ex where shit been tough, and it's like, damn, you want to just get the closure, and then they not giving you what you need. You want to just get to a point where boom, boom, boom. And it's like, when they want it, I didn't want it. When I want it, they don't want it, and it happens, and it be what it be. And sometimes I just never get back to it. And then it'd be like, fuck him. But at the same time, he got to just do the work on himself. And he may never get over the situation. There's some things people take to the grave, bro. He may never. And it is what it is with that regard. You can't tell somebody how to express their hurt. Feel me? I feel like that's corny.
And I don't think that he's wrong, because I did watch the interview, and he was stating how she wanted her stems. And I don't think that he's wrong for not doing that. So she can make more music and remake something and make more money.
So Irv don't get paid.
He was stubborn about that, but I can see where he's coming from based on his reaction on other questions. Don't think that she's entitled to that, you know.
Absolutely. But we pretty much. Damn, I wanted to get the phone line open, but I think it's almost that time. Is it, Mike?
Yeah, it's that time.
It's that time. So next week we're gonna get these phone lines open and talk a little bit more about this. But this is the controversial Best and Swoop show with Best. You know, the bodacious, courageous, and wild one, the beautiful and always controversial Christine, and myself, is Swoops. And we are out of here. And you can catch us on Room Service Las Vegas Radio, and also on the controversial Best and Swoop show on all social media platforms. We'll catch y'all next week.